the customer care. Now, first we need to understand what basically customer care is. Customer care or customer guest satisfaction is fulfilling the guest demands which are asked by the guest, and sometimes which they don't expect but are rarely asked for the guest needs. It is very much mandatory for us to keep in mind that each and every guest of ours should be satisfied in all manners. There are certain categorization of requests which are being done by the guest side. For example, some are economical requests, some are social requests, some are psychological, and some are physiological. Now, let's discuss about these requests in a bit detail. If you talk about the economical request or the economical requirements, these requirements are majorly in terms of the monetary term, in terms of the money, and it plays an important factor here, as well as with the customer delight and satisfaction, that whatever amount he or she is paying, she should get or he should get a proper return of that particular money he is spending over. For example, if a particular guest is paying 20,000 plus taxes for a particular deluxe category room, and the room is not of that particular standard, that means the guest will not be delighted. Our main motive of our services is to delight the guest and to make that particular guest satisfied for that particular amount he or she is paying, whatever the services he is rendering from the hotel industry. The other category is the social requirement. The social requirement means each and every guest should be treated as one, no matter of his economical condition. Each and every person should be known by his name, by his face. It is always said that in the hospitality industry, to make customer delighted or a customer happy, one should be recognized. As a hotelier, we need to keep in mind that during the conversation with a guest, we need to take the guest name thrice in the entire conversation. This shows that that particular guest is known by the hotel staff and gives them a social belonging to that particular hotel. The third category of requirement is physiological. It is always said that a hotel is said to be the next home apart from the home. In the hospitality industry, we always mention that the hotel is the second home to the guest. So, we need to keep in mind that there should be a very much protective environment which has been given to the guest, so that the guest should not feel that the area or the surroundings are not safe. Psychological requirement means each and every guest should be treated as one, should be treated as equal as possible, no matter what about her standards. There are certain standards of the hotel industry which needs to be followed in terms of each and every guest, no matter what about his name, his gender, his caste, creed, his social status, his financial status. No matter what, each and every guest should be treated equally in order to be on the top of the hospitality industry and to get a positive guest satisfaction index. There are certain times where we came across various kind of complaints. So, handling a complaint or the tactics of handling a complaint in a hospitality industry is a very basic activity which needs to be taken care of very politely and tactfully. When the guests are not satisfied with any of the services, they express their discontent. That means that particular guest is not happy with the services he or she is receiving from the hotel side. As a result, they complain. But in the sense of the hotel staff, we need to keep in mind that without accelerating these complaints, we need to handle these complaints very politely and very religiously in order to keep that particular guest intact. In terms of handling the complaints, there should be a complaint desk on which a guest can approach in terms of any kind of discomfort, in any kind of discontent to the hotel employees. This is known as the complaint desk. To handle the complaint positively is both the ways advantageous to both, to the hotel and to the guest as well. I mean to say that if in case the hotel gets a complaint that the shower in the hotel or the shower in the room is not working, then that particular guest is not delighted with the services of the hotel, and this is a kind of a complaint. The guest lodges a complaint with the hotel staff, and the hotel gets need to know about where they are lacking and can take the corrective actions against the same. There are various category of the guest complaints. For example, the mechanical, attitudinal, service related or any other unusual problem complaints. If you talk about the mechanical category of the guest complaints, which is related to the malfunctioning or non-functioning of any systems or the equipments installed in the guest rooms or the guest areas, in terms of the areas which has been accessible to the guest, for example the swimming pool area, for example the gymnasium, spa, boardrooms, etc. These complaints are related to the mechanical dysfunctioning of any sort of systems equipped installed in the guest rooms or the guest areas. Then we come to the attitudinal complaints. Somewhere down the line, if the guest finds a negative attitude of the hotel staff, that particular guest doesn't feel a positive vibe from the hotel side. As a result, they make a genuine complaint regarding the negative attitude of the hotel staff. Hence, any complaint related to the attitude or behavior of the hotel staff are related as or are termed as the attitudinal complaint. If you talk about the service related complaints, these complaints are related to the problems in the service deliveries by the hotel end, such as the delay in the room service, room not cleaned, delay in the check-ins or the check-outs, etc. There are certain unusual complaints which cannot be dealt because we don't have the control over the situation. For example, a guest may complain about the lack of golf course in the hotel. There are more certain complaints which are there in the hotel industry, and we need to keep in mind how can we justify these complaints, or we can handle these complaints with a quick resolution and a proper guest satisfaction level.